you would have my shit. That's why I don't let nobody, if you could, niggas push my corner back.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, this nigga probably got the most accurate skits. Even though it be controversial as hell, his shit be so accurate, bro. Cause niggas really be hatfishing, bro.
Gentlemen, no hats. Take your hats off, gentlemen. No hats, gentlemen. No hats, bro. Niggas step on
no hats is crazy. Damn.
That last Druski skit was not funny. It was actually pretty offensive, and I no longer support Druski.
Bro,
ever since that skit has hit the internet,
bro, imagine taking a Druski skit serious, bro, and a big 2-5, my guy. Druski. Apparently getting canceled for another skit. Let's see.
Cool, like I'm gonna take you on the first. We've seen it. The new thing. Do you know what's crazy? Catfish.
Bro, hatfishing been around, bro. You know how many niggas been hiding their hairlines for years now?
Are hatfishing us.
Druski wouldn't be him if he didn't piss people off. We've seen it already with the NASCAR thing and the Hebrew Israelite skits, but now he has a new one. It's called hatfishing. If you guys don't know what hatfishing is when a man looks pretty much decent to a woman with the hat on, but when he removes it, the hairline or his head shape tells a different story.
Damn.
And this is really big amongst black men. And Druski made light of it.
I wish you would have my shit. That's why I don't let nobody, if you could, niggas push my corner back.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, this nigga probably got the most accurate skits. Even though it be controversial as hell, his shit be so accurate, bro. Cause niggas really be hatfishing, bro.
That's why I don't let nobody, if you could, niggas push my corner back. That's why I don't let everybody cut my hair, man.
Now, in this instance, Druski is a young man losing his hairline, and he's at the barber shop, and he's blaming the barber for his hairline being gone. He doesn't want to accept the fact that he's balding and he can't do anything about it. But then the second part of this is where it gets interesting.
Gentlemen, no hats. Take your hats off, gentlemen. No hats, gentlemen. No hats, bro. Niggas step on
no hats is crazy. Damn.
I was gone, bro.
Alright, now have a go.
Damn, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If I'm in a situation like that, I'm just going bald, bro. I'm just going bald at that point, dog. It's no point. It's no point, dog. But I feel him, though. You know what I'm saying? Hats do be carrying a nigga sometimes. No cap. Yo.
Druski here is trying to get into the club, and the security guard is like, listen, you got to remove your hat before you come in. He removes his hat and hairline is down bad. Now, of course, there was some people who was pissed off about this.
That last Druski skit was not funny. It was actually pretty offensive, and I no longer support Druski. Ever since that skit has hit the internet,
bro, imagine taking a Druski skit serious, bro, and a big 2-5, my guy. Why do you feel, nigga, you need to stay off the internet game. You need to take a long break from the internet. Take like a year off, because ain't no way a Druski skit should have you feeling some type of way. Now, you could feel some type of way about it in the sense of like, okay, he kind of went too far, but if you letting it take a toll on your life to where you really that invested into these skits, you need to do a checkup, gang, because it's not that deep, bro.
Non-stop. Been getting shares from that skit. Non-stop. Friends, family I haven't spoke to in years.
Boy, y'all sit your stupid ass down. Who the think you is?
It seemed like people shouldn't be upset about this, but in all actuality, you know, black men and male pattern baldness is a big thing. This does affect our community more than it affects other men, believe it or not. It has even affected me. I started losing my hairline when I was around 30, so I understand what it meant. Now, I was okay with cutting all my hair off and just going bald, But not everybody wants to go bald. Some people, their head is shaped funny. Their hair looks better with hair. And then obviously, if you're a black man and you're used to having long hair, it also makes you look youthful. So when you lose your hairline, well,
going from a head full of hair, deep cut wave, dreads, freeforms, whatever it is, braids, and then going to a little bill to off the grid cut. Boy, I don't wish that on nobody, bro. I don't wish it on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because the amount of self-esteem and confidence that you got to regain from losing your hair, that shit is crazy.
I can just imagine, though. I ain't gonna lie. Losing your hair, bro. Hopefully I can stick through for the coming years, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? I be trying to wear hats less, you know what I'm saying? But that dread hat combo do hit a little different, no cap.
I mean, damn, the brother said he feels like he now looks like Little Bill. And of course, you got black men really discussing trying to actually treat their loss.
Today is the hair thing. So this is my hair right now. I've been growing it since December 26th, and it's kind of long. I ain't gonna lie. I'm doing this, not here. I'm doing this in the back right here.
I mean, that's DDG's brother, and yeah, his hairline is looking quite terrible, right? And here is another thing that I really, really want to talk about.
It'll turn from a 10 to a 6 real quick. They basically a hatfish. You'll never see them take their hat off. They'll even fall asleep with the hat on. But that one day that they gotta get in a pool and they have to take their hat off, you see their razor line, you're like, damn, I see why you wear a hat. Put that hat back on, bro. Woo! You thinking to yourself, here, let me go hand them a swim cap or something, save them a little. I'm blessed enough to still got my hairline for what it is, but man, I've seen some young I got some fucked up razor lines, bro, like 21 years old.
Now, let's look at DDG's brother. He was born in 1998, I believe it's Dub or Doobie or whatever his name is.
You say Doobie.
But he can't be no older than 27, and he's already losing his hairline. I mean, that's even worse than me. Woo! And so that's kind of what I want to focus on. You have younger men who are losing their hair. And this is why the hat fishing thing is so popular, because let's say, for example, you're a younger guy and, you're already not getting the women that you want. The one thing that can help you is a good hairline. I mean, you got your youth, social confidence, and that would at least save your attractiveness. But if you're 27 and you start losing your hairline, I mean, you actually can look like 37 or 47. People start talking about how you're cooked or start calling you unk.
Yeah,
all right.
I ain't gonna lie.
And this is the situation. When you start losing your hairline, it now becomes a maintenance issue. Now, once you start losing your hairline, you can actually use the hat as a shield. This is the protective mechanism. Okay. So my hairline is down bad. It's whatever. I'll just put the hat on. I go outside.
Yeah,
I'll rock.
I ain't gonna lie, boy. Once I go bald, though, or if I ever go bald, I'm wearing the straight hats, straight beanies, straight skull caps, straight all that. Everything. My head gonna always be covered. No cap.
It's all good. Then the other problem is that barbers cost a lot of money. So when I started losing my hairline, I had to start getting my hair cut more. Not that I was, felt down bad about it, but I had to get my hair cut more because my balding spots would show out faster. So I had more pressure to go and get my hair cut because my hair grows fast. At least stop the show. Outside of my balding spots. Woo! So I had to start getting my hair cut more often, right? And so that costs more money and it costs more time. So for me, it was better to get my haircut every week. And then if you still want to try to save that hairstyle, which in my opinion, you should just cut it all the way off, but you don't want to.
Yeah, in fact,
then you gotta start.
You won't really cut these, but I feel like if you in that predicament, you got to, bro.
I know. Wear the hats. Then another thing you see a lot of brothers doing is, all right, let me go ahead on and wear the wave cap. All right. Now, this was the big thing back in the day. You used to be able to get the Murray's grease, like I said, rock the wave cap. And that's a part of, hat fishing too. You can just go outside with your wave cap on, it's fly and all that. The problem is when it's time to take it off, go to the club, you know what I'm saying? You got to go out there and get in the pool. People start to see how down bad you are. And this leads to the next point.
Earlier this year, I got a hair transplant, and boy, when I say that was the best decision I ever made, fellas, go to Turkey, get a hair transplant if your hairline is starting to backspace.
Now, this brother right here is real excited, right? He too happy because he went to Turkey and he's taking care of that hairline. Now, this is the ultimate result of the whole hat fish situation. And I've seen so many black men who are going to do this, because let me just say this. It's one thing to say that, all right, if you just make a lot of money and you just work hard, females gonna deal with you. That's not necessarily true, okay? They might deal with you to a certain degree, but if females find you attractive and youthful, it's gonna be a lot easier to clap cheeks. So guys are going out to Turkey and they're getting their hairline taken care of and all that. Here's the problem with the Turkey trip. Number one, you need a passport to go to Turkey.
Yeah, that's too much.
Number two, you're going to need to fly from wherever you are.
Bro, first off, you need the funds. Second of all, you need a passport and all this extra stuff. It's too much, bro. It's way too much, gang. I'd rather just go bald, bro.
A Turkey. Then you're going to need to pay for the actual situation. And you can do it in America, but it's probably more expensive. But in Turkey, you can get those hair transplants, get cool, right? You have to support yourself in Turkey. By the time you come back, that might be a $10,000 or $11,000 trip. So a lot of brothers can't afford $11,000, $12,000 just to go and and invest in a hairline treatment and all that, and that might be risky. So what's the situation? It's the hatfish thing. And for a lot of dudes that go bald like me, it didn't really bother me that much or whatever. I really wasn't tripping. But for a lot of guys, it does bother them. Like, I haven't had a midlife crisis. I've been bald for a long time. I just cut my hair off in the 30s. And I was kind of wearing low haircuts all my life anyway. So when I just went all the way bald, for me, it was easy. Didn't really bother me. I liked it, right? I haven't really got real lineups and real haircuts in 14 years, something like that. That was the last time I got it. But for some dudes, if you've been rocking dreads, you've been rocking waves, you've been rocking flat tops, and you can't rock that no more, you feel less confident. And we gotta really pay attention to the fact that a lot of men, they feel hurt. They feel bad that they can't rock their hair no more. And so now what they're left with is hat fishing because they got a funny shaped ass head. Women gonna be clowning them. And it really hurts a man's self-esteem. And I really didn't think about it because for me, it wasn't a big deal. That doesn't necessarily mean.
That's why I'm in my head, I'm bro, it's not that deep. Certain people just don't look at it as, it's just hair at the end of the day. But hair do play a big part in your appearance. You feel me? So I could understand why people feel some type of way. And especially if you had long hair for a while before you went bald, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel then you get, it's the older you get, you really stop caring about certain stuff. And I'm only 22. So, and, stuff like this typically happen around 30, going into 30, 20, late 20s, you feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully I still be strong throughout my process of having hair, but whenever it do gotta go, it just gotta go, you feel me?
That it's not a big deal for a lot of brothers, and a lot of women be clowning dudes with the same situation.
I wanted men to say catfish. you're a catfish. I'd like to call out all the hatfishers. I've seen some sexy guys. They're wearing the baseball cap. The beard is looking moisturized. Skin is looking sexy.
Yes.
You've removed that hat.
Yes. Yes.
Why is your head the way it is?
Bro.
Apparently, this is not a problem, just not in America, but also in the UK.
What?
Yeah. Again, I'm going to just say this for the brothers out there. Whatever you got to do to feel good about yourself, do it. I mean, these women is doing it themselves, right? But hey, if they like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't.
Facts.
If you got to save up and transplant it up, transplant it up. If you got to cut it all the way off, cut it all the way off. But whatever you do, you can't have the fro in the back and the open crown on the top and think that women is going to really like. Some women may like that, though. I'm not saying that they don't. But if you're going to rock it like this, just cut it all the way off. Cut it off. If you got to dye your hair, whatever you got to do. But I'm going to just tell you like this. If you're hat fishing, they're going to find out anyway.
Nigga, I ain't lying. Hat fishing don't last. Hat fishing don't last at all.
Might as well be yourself. So, guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Yo, J Jackson. Like,
nah, that's crazy, though. This nigga Druski, bro, his skits is ruining people's lives. Ain't no way, dog. Ain't no way. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments on this, bro. That's tough, gang.